Hey guys, I'm M.V.K here back again. Welcome back to another comic review, guys. This should be fun. The books that I'm going to talk about are the books that I purchased for March 17th. I have not read my books for the 24th. There was a reason for that. It was my birthday, so I celebrated my birthday the 24th, and so those books and the books that come out the 31st I'll review later. But right now we're going to review the books that I have picked up for the week of March 17th. As you can see, got the stack right here, and I got 2 DC, a few Marvel, and a 4 Independents. So we're gonna start off with DC, and we're gonna start off with the pick of the week for the pick of the week in my poll, and we're gonna kick it off with Nightwing number 75. I got the variant cover. I love that cover. I thought it was really nice. Thought that cover was just beautiful. I was like, ooh, I gotta get this one. As you guys know, I'm a huge Nightwing fan. I am glad that he is back to being what he is. If you're like me, I dropped off of Nightwing once the whole KGB shot in the head stuff, and he was Rick Grayson and all that stuff. 78, excuse me, I said 75. But Tom Taylor now is doing the writing. I'm a huge fan of Tom Taylor. I met the man, great guy. And so where does this book pick up? So this book is Dick is getting his life, trying to get his life back together. He's still in Bloodhaven. He's doing what he needs to do. And we're intertwining into his past, seeing what it was like for him growing up and with him and standing up to bullies, having no fear whatsoever, and even his relationship with Babs, Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, and of course his relationship with Alfred. One of the other big keys in this is we're starting to see what's the shadiness going on with Blockbuster and another character from Dick's past. Even though this book has been out for a while, I still don't want to spoil it for people who haven't read it. But the biggest craze and biggest point of this is Barbara gives Dick a letter from Alfred, and in this letter, Alfred drops a bombshell on Dick Grayson, and I'm gonna have to spoil this, guys, because it actually is really intriguing. But pretty much Alfred was a billionaire. It's implied in here Alfred was a billionaire working for a billionaire, or a former billionaire, because Batman's money is all gone. I kind of find that stupid, if you ask me. But anyway, Alfred was a billionaire, and he worked, and what he does is leaves his fortune to Dick Grayson because Dick in his eyes was one of his sons. And that was just like, that's the big bombshell right there. It's like, yeah, Dick got money now. He's got bank. And the fact that it's not unreasonable to think that Alfred would have that kind of money, because he does go into detail that he put the money he would get he would put it into stocks and bonds and things like that. So it would make sense. This was really good. A real good jumping on point for everybody who's jumped off of Nightwing. This was my pick of the week. It was really good. I really enjoyed this. And then we move on to me jumping back into Justice League. I jumped off of I stopped reading Justice League a while ago, and I was just like, okay, I'm not really feeling it anymore. I was on it for a while when Scott Snyder was writing it, and then so I'm like, all right, let me give it another chance. Um, yes, it's Bendis and Marquez. I do love Marquez's artwork, and this Justice League team looks a lot different. Mainly in the form of two new members who's never been a part of the Justice League. Black Adam, Hippolyta, because that's who that is, and Naomi. Everybody else has been on the Justice League. So this is a standard issue. We get to see a little bit of Black Adam. He's in his home country. He sees a boy at his mother's grave, and he's being like really nice and everything like that. And then all of a sudden, this stranger comes in and battles him and everything, and then the Justice League comes in, and we're starting to see that this new villain seems to be able to siphon things, and even to make Hawkgirl's mace act really weird. And the whole gist is really trying to figure out who this guy is. Aquaman may know a little bit of something, because when he is attacking Aquaman kind of gets a sense. But outside of that, it's just a standard issue of, okay, who this character is, or how this is going to play off, and where does Black Adam stand in this. And that's pretty much it. It was okay. Next up, we'll go to Marvel, and we'll kick it off with Champions number 42. I won't say number 5. I'll use the real number. This is still dealing with the outlawed, the Kamala law. And in this issue, the team is able to basically stop it, in a sense. Basically, kind of get it halted. Get it kind of halted in the terms because of Viv and Braun, Amadeus Cho, they were able to get the information and showcase that where they would detain the young heroes. It's kind of like almost a concentration camp. They're not trying to do whatever they need to keep them safe. They're prisoners, and they were able to get that out. And of course, this also has to do with Roxxon and things like that. So they kind of get it halted. They kind of get a little bit of halt on the whole law, in a sense. And to really figure out what Roxxon's plan is, some of the members, Miles and Sam, go undercover to figure it out. But the team pretty much is all back together, which is great. The next issue should be really fun. I'm glad they kind of stopped that whole nonsense with the, you got to be 21. That's kind of stupid. I didn't like that. But it's pretty good. Next up on the list is the Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon, number 3. This is a miniseries written by the man himself, Mr. Larry Hama. I've read the first 2 issues and I loved it. And Mr. Hama just really knows how to write. As you can see, Akoi's on the cover. That's because there are dragons in different section of the world. Wakanda, Brazil, Japan, and these dragons all represent the different cities of heaven. And it's up to Iron Fist and his team, Luke, and a couple other people, and the rest of the deadly weapons to help protect these dragons before they are either killed. And unfortunately, something does go down, which I don't want to spoil. This book was really good because we also get to see some characters that we have not seen in a lot. For example, I'll show it to you. It was really good to see. Where is she? Here we go. It's really good to see Radiance, who is like the premier Japanese hero in the Marvel Universe. It's really good to see her. You know, she's really cool. She has light powers. She's really famous. I thought the interaction between Sunspot and Luke Cage in this was great. First thing I want to applaud something. Um, where where is it? I definitely want to applaud. Uh, Here we go. I want to applaud the colorers, the ink colorers, and the inkers for Sunspot here. You can see him with Luke Cage. I want to thank you because that's Sunspot. I think people keep forgetting that he is Afro Brazilian and not just Portuguese white Brazilian. But they constantly keep lighting him up. And here he looks dark skinned. He looks my complexion maybe a little darker, and I appreciated that. Can't wait to the next issue of Iron Fist, of course. Y'all know me. I love me some Iron Fist. Um, Next up is Sword #4, Al Ewing. This is dealing with this is a tie into King in Black. It's okay, you know. Some of the members of the team are dead, and of course, as you know, the X-Men are able to deal with bringing characters back to. They can come back to life and things like that. Uh, you know, but outside of that, you know, that was pretty much it for me. I wasn't too much. The one thing I did like about this issue is showcasing just how good Manifold is, and he's more than just as the symbiote god says, a porter, a teleporter. No, he's so much more, and I love how they explain it. Like, yeah, he doesn't just port; he speaks to the universe herself, and I love that. I thought that was really good. Um, and Frenzy was good in this too. I always say. Marvel book is Thor. Excuse me. Thor number 739, or number 13. This is part 5 of Prey. Donny Cates and Nick Klein. Nick Klein's artwork is just stellar. Donny Cates, as I keep saying, is Marvel's best kept secret, or just one of their secret weapons. Anything this man writes for Marvel is gold. So in this, uh, Jane, or Valkyrie, she goes to search for Odin. She comes across Odin, and she's telling Odin what's been going on. Donald Blake is back, and he's crazed, and he's trapped Thor underneath the World Tree. It's getting crazy, and they need him to come back. She needs his help, and yeah, like I said, Donald Blake is just he wants life again. He wants another life again that he feels Odin has taken from him, and it's getting to that point where Donald has just become just power hungry, and he's willing to destroy the World Tree to get it. And yeah, it's pretty much Odin comes back. He confronts Donald. However, Thor Odinson returns, and he is presented with something I thought was really cool. I won't spoil that. It's actually really cool. It's something. It's a Asgardian artifact we have not seen in some time, and it was actually cool to see. But yeah, you get to see all the other allies, of Thor. Even though Horseface himself, Beta Ray Bill, he looks different because he doesn't have Stormbreaker, so he's got to rely on another weapon. Sif is telling him that, and it's this has been good. I think there's one more part to this arc, but as always, it's been great. I love this cover. This is just a really beautiful cover of Thor on the cover. I like that. You guys know me, I'm a huge Thor fan, so of course. Last Marvel book we have is Ultraman, The Trials of Ultraman. Yes, guys, I am an Ultraman fan. And I think this partnership between uh, uh, Tobayashi Production and Marvel is great. This is the next chapter. Who's writing this again? Want to make sure I get Kyle Higgins. Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom with Francisco Mana doing the artwork. And pretty much this issue, it focuses on Shin, the host of Ultraman, who will turn into Ultraman when he needs. And he's coming to the understanding of Ultraman gets all the credit in a sense, but he doesn't. So he wants to maybe publicly put that out there that I'm Ultraman. What I love about this is that when Shin is talking to Ultraman in general, um, which is really cool. I'll show it to you. Like, here you go. You got Shin down there, and he's talking to Ultraman. Ultraman is like like a like a after image that he can see, because Ultraman is always with him, but as you know, it only lasts for a certain amount of time, so he has to get the job done quick. But what is really interesting is the ending. The ending was like a Peter David cliffhanger. I don't want to spoil it. If you've read Ultraman, The Trial of Ultraman, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was actually pretty good. This was a really good issue. It told what it was needed to tell. Shin is feeling a little bit, like, hey, like, I'm Ultraman. I mean, he actually tells his dad in this, and his dad's like, kind of like, yeah, whatever. Okay, so let's move on to the independent books. We're going off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 115. Is this the last issue? I don't think so. I don't think so. I could be wrong. No, it's not. Okay. But in this issue, the cover speaks for itself. Yeah, that's Bebop and Rocksteady and Tokar and Razor. So they brought Tokar and Razor into the series, and they look at Karai as their mom. So basically, it's these two babies, because yes, they keep it true that they're babies, and they're just going on a rampage trying to find their mom, and then it becomes down to Bebop and Rocksteady, and you just see a fight, almost like a one-sided fight in a sense, because Bebop and Rocksteady are more high functioning, and they're trying to hurt them, and you just hear Tokar and Razor calling "Mama, Mama." And the turtles gotta get Karai on the phone just so she can talk to them, which is really interesting. And then there's also now Bebop and Rocksteady and the turtles have gone off and said, okay, we're tired of fighting you, so let's have a battle of the bands. If we win, you leave town and you never come back. All kinds of stuff. And if they win, it's a different way. But this was fun. It was fun because, one, as a turtle fan, many of us have said, um, what would it be like if Tokar and Razor fought Bebop and Rocksteady? So we kind of got it. I'm sorry about that. Someone's on my lip. Moving on to Scott Snyder and Tony Daniels, Nocterra. Um, Funny thing about this, guys, is I already got Terra through Kickstarter. I helped kickstart this. I already had it as a digital comic, and but I wanted to support it again by getting a physical copy. Um, and I'm glad I did. Everything helps. I'm a fan of Scott Snyder. I do like more of his independent stuff. So this was fun. So basically what this is, guys, is this is a world where pretty much the sun is dead. The earth is black. Like it's eternal night all the time. And how people survive is crazy. It's crazy, but it's pretty much, I feel Scott Snyder got a little bit of took a little bit of little bit of ideas from Pitch Black, but in a sense feel that the world can still occupy and go on in eternal darkness, and because there's still lights everywhere. People, the candles and everything like that, and we also see that there are creatures that now are just like deal in the dark. This character right here, Val, she's the main uh, protagonist of this, and after a while, she a man and his granddaughter needs her to take him and his granddaughter to another area. So she's kind of like a courier or a transporter. But we also see that there's this gentleman who's decked out in all black, and he wants to kill them because the old man is responsible for what happened to the son. Dun dun dun. Yeah. So, but this was good. I enjoyed it. And Tony Daniels' artwork is just gorgeous in this. I always liked Tony Daniels' artwork. I always thought he kills it. So we have another Kyle Higgins book, and we have issue number 2 of Radiant Black. Um, this was fun once again because because the main character, I'm always forgetting his name. I forget his name right now. Um, what is his Nathan? Excuse me. He's still unaware of how to really activate these powers, that he has. What I really like about it is that it's almost like he creates a mini black hole and grabs the black hole and almost like puts it into his body, and that's how that this armor and everything comes on. So basically, Nathan is still struggling with jobs. He's talking with his dad, and his dad is more like, do you have any income coming in? And he's talking about, being an Uber driver, and basically explaining like, I don't really get a lot, I get chicken scraps, like, and he said pennies, and he but he does it because he needs to get some kind of income while still looking for another job. Unfortunately, the police come and they kind of know what Nathan can do, and they explain to him there seems to be another person in the city that is like him and robbing banks and everything like that. So the police kind of ask him, you should be helping your community with these abilities, and Nathan is more. I don't even know how to activate these things, but he does confront the other person like him, and he starts to kind of get whim on the powers by sheer luck, like moving things and everything like that. But he's able to do a good deed, and he realizes that I can still be like an Uber driver because he even like says it after he has another breakfast with his dad. He's like, I made over $200, you know, and he's like, okay, that's good. So, but this was a fun issue. This is a really good series. I enjoyed the first part. I'm glad. I'm glad I kept my eye on this. I'm always like reading new books, and you know, like I said, Kyle Higgins does a good job. This is kind of like Kyle Higgins, his own take a little bit on his run of Power Rangers, because remember Kyle Higgins used to write Power Rangers. So yeah, this is good. And last but not least, we did two Image, two I and one IDW. We are off to Zenoscope, and we are with my girl Robin Hood, Cult of the Spider Queen. This is a kind of like a one shot. Um, Joe Brusha writes the title, and in this there's people going missing because of some kind of cult who basically worships like spiders. But what they really don't realize is that there are spiders and there's a spider queen, and the cult uses these people as her food. Like she will stalk them, hunt them down, and kill them. So it's up to Robin to find out why. She gets help from the Black Knight, who is a lawyer in this world. The Black Knight is a woman, um, and Robin is kind of like asking her, like, how come you can't just go Black Knight on her? And she's like, I can't do that. It's not a this mission shouldn't be a direct approach. It should be more stealthy. Robin gets a lot of new gear. Like now she's starting to feel like all the other great archers in comics, like uh, Green Arrow and Hawkeye and Shaft and all those characters, because now she's getting all tricked out arrows, like explosive arrows and things like that. She's got some new knives that are pretty much nearly indestructible, and she gets involved and she chases down these cult members, and yeah, they are spiders. Like these are spider arachnoid people, and the queen. And there are times there was some dire straits where we see like Robin is in trouble, but she thinks on her feet. She's able to pull through thanks to some of her new gear, and kind of stops the threat. Or did she? Because the end kind of leaves it at a open. But it was fun. This was real fun. I love the Zenoscope universe. You know, they take, you know, the characters from the Brothers Grimm, and turn them into other things. Like, you know, Little Red Riding Hood. She's like a super agent that can turn into a wolf. You know, Cinderella is like a psycho. You know, but my favorite is Robin Hood. You know, they got Belle, Princess Jasmine, Captain Hook. These just a bunch of people. And Zenoscope is just a real good universe. That I love the idea of what they do. But this was just a really good one shot of Robin Hood. Good stuff. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That is it for the books that I picked up for the 17th of March. Like I said before, guys, I don't pick up my books every week. I pick them up every other week. So I won't be picking up the next week books until the 31st. But if I was to, like I said before, the book that gets the book of the week for me is Nightwing. Nightwing really, this was a really good jumping on point for anybody who jumped off of Nightwing. I definitely recommend it, and the future looks bright for Dick Grayson. It looks bright, but it also is. You could see some crap is coming. I'm trying not to curse here, but yeah, a lot of crap is coming for him in the form of somebody from his past, since when he was a kid. Guys, once again, I hope you guys are satisfied. I know that a lot of people who wanted me to. Where's the comic reviews? And here we go. I'm bringing them back slowly, but I got a lot of books um, to review outside of weekly books. But yeah, they're coming back. I will see you guys next time. As always, deuces.